It's been 2 years since Gabrielle Aplin's Dear Happy album. Since then, Gabrielle hit the massive landmark of 1 billion streams, and now she's back with new music, releasing her latest single, Call Me, during the week. Gabrielle, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I am loving Call Me, and I've heard you say this is your favourite song that you've ever written. Why?
Yeah. It just felt like I was writing songs again for the first time before this was my job. And obviously I'm very grateful that this is my job, but sometimes if you have a hobby and something you love, you kind of have to have something else as well. And with the lockdown, I guess it's not a lockdown song, but it was in that lockdown. I'd just done Dear Happy, so I didn't have anyone hounding me to make an album, or I wasn't being sent in writing sessions. So this was just me writing because I had nothing else to do. And this is that's just what I do. Some people are like, oh, I draw, or I run, or I like to read, or whatever. And I was just writing because I had to write, and it was just me just spilling my thoughts out. It was like when I had another job and I'd go home and just have to write songs because that was what I did. And it felt like that. And it was just so it was quite an introverted project. I sat there on my piano and wrote everything, and then I kind of took it to a wider group of people to make it, and it was just kind of gradually opening up to eventually be, belong to my fans. So it just feels really special and really natural.
You've called this the start of a new era. How is this Gabrielle different from Happy Gabrielle even?
Oh my God. So Dear Happy Gabrielle was depressed. And I wanted to make Dear Happy because I wanted something that was just sugary and shiny and made me happy to make, as well as to perform and to pass that over to people who wanted to listen to it. But I guess everyone might feel this as well. In the 2 years since the start of 2020, I feel like I'm a completely different person, and everyone I know, especially artists that I've spoken to, definitely feel that too. And I just I moved back to Somerset, where I'm from. I just feel like I've become who I really am. It feels so natural. I'm here. I felt like I've really reconnected to nature. I feel like I don't have to wear mad clothes and do crazy things to my appearance to kind of prove that I'm an artist. It just feels so natural. And I just feel so lucky. I've actually started volunteering on a farm as well, and I made the album on a farm, and I was just like, this is where I need to be at all times. So when the album process, when I finished recording everything, I had to go and find a farm to work at because I had to be there. So
it just sounds like you've come full circle, and you're enjoying that full circle moment.
Yeah, it felt like I was making music for the first time.
What's it like? I think for me, the reality hits of what I do when I go traveling, and you have to fill in that form, whether it be an application, a visa application, or just an entry into the country, and they ask you what your occupation is. What's it like for you to actually write down artist or singer songwriter? Is that the moment that you go, oh my gosh, this is real?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit weird. I kind of treat it like I'm turning up to work, and I'm just really happy to love my job. I feel really, really lucky, and I also have too many occupations, I think. Farmhand, singer. It's just mad. I mean, I actually find traveling really anxiety inducing, and obviously since the pandemic it's worse to me. So I'm just like, fill in the forms, head down, get on the plane. I don't even think about it until I arrive anywhere, because I can't.
Well, how do you deal with that? As part of your profession, there is a lot of touring. There are a lot of planes, there are a lot of buses and trains. How do you deal with that anxiety?
Oh, so I mean, I have ADHD. I thrive on routine. I need routine. And obviously when you're in a different place every day, doing a different thing every day, it's really hard to keep that, I guess. And I've just kind of learned my own little ways. So I just carrying, I know it sounds really just silly, but I have a skincare routine and it's just something I can do everywhere. It's things like that I can start and end my day the exact same way, no matter where I am. I also love to plan my days around food. They're my anchors, and I'm really I just manage the anxiety until I get through it, especially with touring. You basically spend the whole day waiting, and then you do an hour of work at the end of the day, and it's just that I can be so anxious, and I'm doing interviews, or I'm doing sound checks and things. I'm not just sat there, but when I get the first song out the way, and once I know everything's fine, it's just me and people who want to hear songs, and like that makes it all worth it, you know. So I kind of always tell myself, I know I feel a bit weird now, but by the end of the day I will know why, and it will be great, you know. Yeah.
I love your campaign around Call Me. You
Oh,
have a text line, and like this was a great way for fans to get in contact with you, and for you to get in contact with you, and for you to connect with your fans. Tell me why that was important for you.
So even before like we set anything up, I could take it quite seriously. I've worked with like major labels, and I've worked with AWOL and my own label, and we're releasing independently now. And what's so good about that is I can go in with like a presentation and be like, these are my ideas, and they want to hear them, and it's really nice. They want to work based on what I give them. And my whole goal the whole time was to have people who like my music involved in what we do, and a connection to people who want to listen to my songs. I think it's actually really what matters. There's so much, you know, stuff, and you're like, oh, interviews, oh, music videos and all the things, but like really it's just about the people who want to listen to your songs, you know, and they're the most important thing. So I was, you know, set AWOL on a little adventure to go and find some ways for me to connect to fans myself, you know. We couldn't find a call me line, but a text line, you know, as close as we can get. So
what's been the, I suppose, the most surprising message you've gotten, or the most surprising feeling you've had receiving these messages from fans?
Well, do you know, I actually yesterday I sent out a message to like with the song a few days early to a few fans, and a few of them sent me like reaction videos of them listening to it for the first time, and that's just the nicest thing, because you know, I've had this song like, you know, in my Dropbox for like over a year, you know, so it's just nice that it's finally theirs, and to see them reacting to it because it is finally theirs is just really wonderful.
So we finally have the song, and now we're going to be greedy and go, are there more coming? Yeah. Is there an album on the way?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't know how, you know, what's really exciting is you can release an album or a project or a collection of songs in so many different ways now. So I've made a collection of songs. I don't know how they're gonna come out as a piece of work, but yeah, there's definitely more on the way.
And touring plans?
Not yet, but there will be. There are plans. So this is not, I haven't announced anything yet, but I've only just finished my tour that got postponed in 2020. So like
that must feel really odd.
It was bizarre because also like when I started that tour, all those songs were new.
Yeah.
And now I finished the tour and they're really old. We played Call Me on the tour because I felt like I needed to honor who I am now as well. But you know, yeah, it was just a very surreal situation. But,
and it
yeah,
must be because like you released the album in 2020, and like in 2 years people change, but this has been like, this goes without saying, this has been a 2 years like no other. So the change is astronomical. So I'm sure when you're singing those songs, you feel like a completely different person.
It feels like it was 10 years ago. And I am. And I mean, it's nice to kind of delve back into those things. You know, it's like putting on a costume and then you take it off again and then you put another one on. But yeah, it was just so surreal. It was nice to be, you know, back out on the bus and like bands and stuff. And yeah, I missed them. So it was nice. Yeah.
And how does it feel when you're told that you've just hit 1 billion streams? Like 1 million used to be a big deal, but 1 billion.
Who are all these people? Where are they coming from? It's just mad. It's just mad because I'm an independent artist. So like, you know, anytime there's a milestone, I just feel incredibly lucky. I don't take it for granted, you know. So yeah, it's just, people are so nice.
Well, do you know what? There's going to be plenty more of those milestones because you're going to keep releasing music for us to enjoy. Gabrielle, I'm so glad you're back and you're happy in this era.
Yeah. Yes, I am. Very much so.